This is the Enjoy Life podcast, here to help you choose your mindset, goals, and actions so that you can guide your life in the direction that you want it to go and enjoy it. It does take a little bit of work, some effort on your part, but that effort is worth it because this is your life and you can experience the benefits of the work that you do. And this podcast is here to help. Life doesn't magically turn out exactly how you want. It's up to you to make it happen. Now, you may not have chosen to be exactly where you're at right now in your current situation, but you will choose what you do about it. If you're ready to put forth a little bit of effort, take some small steps toward living the life that you want, then you're in the right place. Let's get started. Hi, welcome to the Enjoy Life podcast. I'm your host, Nick Macy. It's I don't mean to just laugh at it, but we're starting. I was listening to that intro music when I was starting to get ready to record just right now, and I'm listening to, you may not have chosen to be in your exact situation right now. Well, with what's going on in the country and worldwide with this coronavirus, I don't think any of us have chosen to be in the situation we're in right now. But the next part where I talk about what you choose to do about it, that is every bit as important right now as it is when we were a few months ago in pursuing goals and just approaching life and living life a lot different. Just because we're in a different situation right now, and it's not one that we really want to be in, it doesn't make that any different. There's so much value and power in what we choose to do. What you choose to do right now is huge. Your goals, your long-term big goals, they might not be what you're focusing on. You might be focusing on those near-term goals that we just got to make it through this time and make the best of where we're at. That's so very important. That's so very important. I want you to remember that the things that you do, that they count. They count. And even if you're not making these massive leaps towards your big goals, the ones that you were focused on, even just a month ago or a few months ago, then that's okay. Your life is still so important. And just do not give up. Do not give up hope. Do not give up that knowledge that we're going to make it through this. We are. All right, that was just a little something that just kind of weighed on me as I was listening in to that intro music as I was getting ready to get started. And just one more thing that's kind of coming to my mind before we dive into today's episode. I take so seriously trying to share a positive message with you. I'm really honored that you're listening to this podcast. It really does just mean the world to me. And I do take it really seriously that I want to share a positive message with you to try to encourage you so that you can make the most of your situation right there. Do the best that you can for you and your life and your loved ones, and just for what's important to you. It's something that I take very seriously. And I just want to thank you for joining in and just being a part of this, especially now. I just want to say thank you. Kind of related to me trying to share a positive message. You can find me on Instagram. It's just at Nick Macy. There I'm now, I guess more than ever, I'm just trying to post little encouraging notes, for you if you want. And by all means, you can send me a DM or comment with your thoughts and anything at all. All right, let's go ahead and dive into today's episode. Today, it's about how the simple things are important. And once again, it's something that we talk about sometimes on this podcast, but now more than ever, it's so important to remember, and it just rings true that the simple things in life are important. They really are. Especially when our lives are being changed a lot, by necessity to adapt, make the best of where we're at, try to slow down the spread of this coronavirus. We got to remember, the simple things really are important. That they really are important. And a lot of this is still within our control. We still can choose a lot of the things, and that's one thing that we're going to talk about is some different things, some different simple things that are very, very important, and that you get to choose. You get to choose. And the first one, you've heard me talk about a little bit, so I don't want to spend too much time on it. But the first one, the simple thing that's truly, truly important, is where you focus. Where you focus. And right now, focusing on the news is really tempting. And so there's information in there that we need. The problem is that when we choose to focus so much on it and focus on the negative things, that becomes all consuming. Well, we also can choose to focus on some of the positive. Some of the positive things. There are some positive things out there, and we can choose to focus on those. Yes, you need to know what's going on, and I'm not saying ignore everything, but choosing to focus a little bit more on the positive can really help make the most of the situation that we're in right now. It really does. And some of this is choosing to focus on the simple pleasures, in life. Some of them are still there. Like, I don't know. I still have coffee. I like just slowing down for a moment and just sipping a nice hot cup of coffee and just enjoying that flavor. Well, those simple pleasures, they are still there. I get to spend time with my kids. Well, that's awesome. That's a simple pleasure for me. And so when I choose to shift my focus a little bit more toward those simple pleasures, now is a great time to try to enjoy them. There are some things that we still can do, and focusing on those is huge. There really is still some good out there. And this is just a message to, don't give up hope. Choose to focus on some of the simple pleasures, the positive things, because it will help you to make the most of this time, enjoy it a tiny bit more. It'll help you stay a little sane too. And another thing, another one of the really simple things that's very important, is watching what we talk about. Because this one's a little bit tricky. Because some people will strictly stick to the negative doom and gloom story, and will not accept hearing anything that's trying to be positive or encouraging. And so it's a little bit tricky with people. But for me, I'm really trying to do my best and not stick to the doom and gloom. I want to talk about something that's a little bit more positive, a little bit more encouraging. And that might not resonate with a lot of people, and they might want to ignore me or walk away. And that's okay. I don't need to get in their face about it, but I can choose not to talk too much about the negative. We all know the negative stuff going on. But remembering that the simple thing of what I talk about is going to impact my thoughts and my experience in life and how I'm living it. And the same is true for you. So being a little bit of attentive to what you talk about, can help change how you experience this. Going back, you could choose to talk about and focus on the simple pleasures, the nice things. We're all aware of the negative stuff. We just don't need to make it any bigger than it already is, and it's already plenty big enough. Another simple thing, is just the daily habits. The daily habits, these simple, small habits, they count. In fact, a really cool thing is that when you keep a little bit of a routine in your day, just to a small degree, you can add a little bit of normalcy. It can make it so that life's a little bit better. It's a little bit smooth. Yeah, I know life right now might be wildly different, for many of us than it has been. And that's okay. Most of us have never been through any time like this before. I'm glad this is not normal for us or for you. But still, getting up, getting cleaned up, brushing your teeth, planning your day, setting some things up like that, it can help. It can really help you to feel a little bit more normal, and to, well, make it the best of it. Well, first of all, just getting cleaned up, brushing your teeth and stuff like that. That's just good for you. But then also that planning your day some, figuring out some different things that you want to do, having at least somewhat of a schedule, that actually helps you to be in control and feel a little bit more in control of the day. And that little feeling is huge. It can make you to enjoy it a little bit more, feel a little bit more empowered, and reduce stress a little bit. As also when you're kind of planning your day out, you can do some of the things that you want to do, even if they're different than what you may have wanted to do a month or two ago. you still can get those things in, and that can be really nice. Remember those healthy habits, those small little daily habits. They help you to feel a little bit more in control, and they help you to be in control a little bit more, and that is a good thing. That is a really good thing. All right. Well, and I kind of said it, but the small healthy habits, those small healthy steps, those are really important too, especially now. I know you've heard this a million times from everywhere, but you know that drinking more water can be a very healthy habit. That small little step that's going to be a huge help for your health. As long as you have clean drinking water, which here in the United States, I haven't heard reports of that going away. But this is going to be a big thing. A lot of times, in daily life, and not that long ago, we'd get busy and doing so many things and running here, there, that might forget to be drinking water. Well, if everything's been turned upside down and your schedule's changed so much and you're not running here and running there in life, then remind yourself, and to get yourself on track with drinking more water. This is dumb, but there's now is a time where you can take advantage of certain things and actually take some good steps. So drinking water can be that small, healthy step. A little bit of a mindfulness exercise, some stress reduction. I think that is a very important thing right now. In fact, that was one of the things I shared on Instagram. I think it was yesterday. It was the mindfulness app I love. It's called Headspace. I'm not an affiliate. I don't get any money for sharing that. But they have a free trial that you can get a few mindfulness exercises that can really just help calm the mind, add a little bit of clarity. It reduces stress a little bit. It is awesome. And now is a great time to start that little bit of a healthy habit that can help you a lot. Check it out. It's Headspace app. I'm assuming that they have one for Apple. I have Android. And it's just great. But there's also plenty of other places that you can get mindfulness, breathing, a little meditation, exercise to kind of guide you through it. It's so helpful. I love the Headspace one because I can select the 3 to 5, 10 minute. They have 20-minute one too. Now might be able to do a little bit of a longer exercise, but they even have short ones too if you just want to get it in really quick. And I love starting my day with that. It's a great way to start the day. Clears my mind, makes me feel a lot better, honestly. All right. Another small healthy step that you can take is reading some positive material. Now, this is a simple thing. It is a very important thing, especially when there's a lot of negative stuff in the news and what everyone's talking about. You're just making yourself, get into some positive material. It just helps us to feel better. We're still in the same situation. I don't have a magic wand to make this virus just go away. I don't. But getting a little bit more in a positive state of mind with some positive material, it is good. It's good for your health. It's good for your mindset. And it's going to help you to get through this time a little bit. All right. Now, if you didn't have time to stretch and exercise prior to now, well, you might have a little bit more time on your hands. And getting a little bit of stretching and a little bit of exercise in. There's things that you can do to exercise in your home. I can't go to the gym anymore, so I'm not going to talk to you about going to the gym on my lunch break or anything like that. But getting some small stretches and some exercise where you're at, it's going to be a huge thing for your health. It's also going to make you feel a little bit better. A little bit of exercise, a little bit of health does wonders for the mental health and the mindset. So take a few moments every day, and getting some stretching and exercise in is a simple thing. It's very important, and you can do it. Now, one thing that might get thrown off by this is your sleep schedule. But we all know that sleep is really important, and sometimes it's easier to know. Well, hey, I need to get sleep when you're out and about, running around, doing a ton of things, and just busy. But if your schedule has shifted a lot, then maintaining somewhat of a sleep schedule is every bit as important now, because you want to make sure that you're getting that restorative sleep. If you're staying up all night watching TV and then being groggy during the day, When you don't get quality sleep, see that can kind of increase the stress. It can make you feel a little bit more out of it, chaotic, out of the norm. So trying your best to maintain a regular sleep schedule can be really helpful. It's a really simple thing, and it can be a big benefit. And what's neat though is if you take some of the stretching and exercise in, and mix that in throughout the day, that can help you sleep a little bit more too. And the last thing I just want to leave you with, and you've heard me say this, but it's really simple. It's really important. And just make the best of where you're at right now. This is something you can do. Like I said at the beginning, you probably didn't choose to be where you're at right now, and that's okay. But you can choose. We can choose to make the best of where we're at. Do the things we can do. To shift our focus to what we can do and what we can control. Taking advantage of the changes to take some small healthy steps for our lives. Sticking to those daily habits that are good, that are positive. Paying attention to what we talk about. Where we focus. These are things that we can do to make the best of where we're at right now, so that we can make it through this. We can persist. We can choose not to give up, and we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. I really believe that. All right. Well, just thank you for listening to the Enjoy Life podcast. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'd love to connect with you on social media. It's at Nick Mazie. A little bit more on Instagram right now than Twitter, but you can connect with me at either one at Nick Mazie, or go to nickmazie.com for more material and information. Just hang in there, and can't wait to talk to you again soon. All right, take care.